When it comes to drama and over-the-top glamour, few couples in the 90-Day Fiancé universe can compete with Darcy Silva and her husband Georgie Rusev. Once adored for their whirlwind romance, they have now entered a stage where fans can't tell if they are watching love or pure chaos dressed in designer clothes. In season 9 of Happily Ever After, what was supposed to be a romantic and meaningful journey to Georgie's home country of Bulgaria quickly turned into a series of uncomfortable moments that left viewers torn between laughing and cringing. The trip was intended to unite both families and bring deeper understanding between Darcy and Georgie. Instead, it brought tears, tension, and emotional distance. Darcy found herself breaking down in front of Georgie's parents. Through tears, she admitted that even though she was already married to Georgie, she still didn't truly know him. Georgie's family was shocked and deeply concerned, while Georgie became defensive, insisting that some parts of his past were private. His struggle with honest communication was once again painfully obvious, making viewers question whether love alone could hold this relationship together. But the drama did not end there. In one of the most unexpected crossovers reality TV has ever seen, Darcy and her twin sister Stacey brought in Tammy Slaton, star of 1,000-Pound Sisters, along with her fiancé Andrea, as ambassadors for their fashion brand, House of 11. Tammy proudly posted photos on Instagram wearing oversized gray shirts with the bold H11 logo, paired with black baseball caps. To fans, it felt like a shocking but attention-grabbing move. Some wondered if this was a genuine business partnership or just another flash of publicity to keep the Silva twins in the spotlight. Still, the friendship seemed real, especially after fans noticed that the sisters had previously sent Tammy and Andrea gifts to celebrate their engagement anniversary. Things escalated even more when Darcy lit up Instagram with a display that set fans into a frenzy. She showed off a massive 15-carat marquise-cut diamond engagement ring, flanked by 1-carat side stones, paired with a sparkling diamond eternity wedding band. Georgie also wore a glittering diamond band of his own. The picture spread quickly across social media, and soon Reddit was buzzing with questions. How could they afford such luxury? House of 11 has never been known for huge profits, and TLC is not famous for paying reality stars millions of dollars. Some fans believe Darcy must be earning more than people think through her lash line, skincare deals, and paid public appearances. Others joke that she probably invested everything she had into diamonds just to maintain the image of success. Arguments continued online as more people joined the debate. Were the diamonds real, or were they just crafted illusions meant to look expensive? One user pointed out that lab-grown diamonds can now look almost identical to natural ones, while costing a fraction of the price. Just because a ring looks huge does not mean it is worth millions. Quality matters more than size, and lower-grade stones are actually surprisingly affordable these days. Another viewer questioned why. If Darcy was truly wealthy, she chose to travel all the way to Turkey for cosmetic surgery when Beverly Hills is known as the luxury destination for such procedures. Some fans believe Darcy and Georgie are a glamorous couple who worked hard for a life filled with diamonds, designer clothes, and business opportunities. Others think their lifestyle is just a carefully crafted illusion meant to keep them relevant in a world where attention is everything. Whether their wealth is real or not, one thing is clear. They know how to keep people talking. But while fans were still processing that drama, another shocking storyline took center stage. Jasmine Pineda, known for her emotional intensity and dramatic flair, revealed something that instantly stunned both viewers and her husband, Gino Palazzolo. What was meant to be an honest conversation about their troubled marriage quickly turned into an emotional explosion. Gino sat there expecting a difficult discussion, but nothing could have prepared him for Jasmine's confession. With tears in her eyes, Jasmine admitted that she was pregnant. But the shocking twist came when she revealed that the baby did not belong to Gino. The father was her so-called best friend and open marriage partner, Matt Brownies. In April, Jasmine quietly gave birth to a baby girl named Matilda and later announced the news online. She moved in with Matt in Florida and began building a new life far away from the man she once stood at the altar with. For Gino, this betrayal felt deeper than anything before. He had experienced heartbreak with Jasmine more than once, but this moment broke him completely. Watching Jasmine reveal her pregnancy on the last resort felt like a punch to the chest. He accused her of hiding behind the idea of an open marriage just to justify her actions. In his eyes, Jasmine had crossed a boundary that made forgiveness impossible. Meanwhile, Matt stood by Jasmine. He supported her, defended her publicly, and reassured her that he would never leave her side. His devotion reached a new level when he proposed, removing her old wedding ring from Gino as a symbol of starting over. Jasmine hesitated at first. Her past still lived inside her, and moving on felt like erasing a part of herself. But with a new baby and a man willing to fight for her, she started accepting the idea of a new beginning. Even then, life was not simple. Jasmine found herself struggling again when Matt announced he was relocating to Florida for business. He had already rented an apartment and made all the arrangements without discussing it with her. Once again, Jasmine felt like another man was making life-changing decisions without including her. Despite feeling hurt, she followed him, determined to build something meaningful out of the chaos her choices had created. Fans remember that Jasmine once believed an open marriage could save her relationship with Gino. She thought that bringing another partner into their lives would make things better. Instead, it destroyed everything. She ended up torn between two men, two lives, and two futures. Now, in season 9 of Happily Ever After, everything is coming to light. Darcy and Georgie are still chasing diamonds and dreams, while Jasmine is trying to rebuild from the ashes of a love that fell apart in front of the world. And viewers, as always, are watching every moment, wondering what is real and what is just another story made for TV. Jasmine sat across from Gino, her hand shaking as she tried to speak. She told him she was moving to Florida with Matt. Gino looked at her with a blank face, repeating her words slowly as if trying to understand. "So you're moving with Matt to Florida?" He said calmly, but his eyes were full of confusion. He waited for an explanation, but Jasmine hesitated. Tears started to roll down her face, and after a long pause, she whispered something that changed everything. She said she didn't plan this, she didn't mean to hurt him, but she was pregnant. She and Matt were going to have a baby. The room went silent. Gino just stared at her, too heartbroken to speak. Viewers watching the scene were shocked, wondering what he would do next. Would he get angry and walk away? Would he try to fight for her? Or would this be the final moment that ended their story forever? For Jasmine, this moment marked a huge change in her life. For Gino, it felt like betrayal he could never forgive. In the same world of 90 Day Fiancé, another story was unfolding. Julia Tropkina's journey had already been full of ups and downs, but now it was taking an emotional turn. Julia had always been open about her health struggles. She went through painful treatments and emotional moments because of her reproductive health issues. Fans watched her cry when she learned about her uterine polyp, a diagnosis she never expected. She said her doctors in Russia never told her about it, and the news broke her heart. Brandon, her husband, tried to comfort her as she feared she might never become a mother. When Julia and Brandon first got married, it was during the pandemic. Her parents couldn't travel from Russia, and she always carried the sadness of not having them by her side. That pain stayed with her for years. This time, when they renewed their vows in Miami Beach, her parents were finally there. They stood with tears in their eyes as they watched their daughter walk down the aisle. It was a touching moment, and fans felt happy for her. But as always, drama followed. Brandon's mother, Betty, once again clashed with Julia. Julia felt Betty was trying to control everything and ruin the moment, but Betty insisted she was only trying to help. She said Miami weather could be unpredictable, with storms and heavy wind, and she only wanted a backup plan. Julia didn't see it that way, and tension grew again between them. While all of that drama was happening, fans noticed something else. In recent episodes, viewers saw that Julia's neck looked swollen. People online started to worry, asking if she was having thyroid problems or maybe another health issue. They remembered her past struggles and wondered if something new was happening. But then, Julia and Brandon surprised everyone with happy news. They announced that they were expecting their first child. They shared a sweet video on Instagram with their dog, Nala, sitting beside them. Julia gently touched her baby bump, while Brandon smiled with excitement. Fans flooded their page with love and congratulations. After everything she went through, Julia was finally pregnant, and it felt like a moment of healing. Even with the joy, some people still worried about her health, noticing her swollen neck and hoping she would stay safe during her pregnancy. People also continued to debate whether Betty was really interfering or just trying to protect them from another disaster. In another part of the 90-Day Fiancé world, Darcy Silva was facing her own transformation. She had always been known for her bold changes and love for cosmetic procedures, but this time fans felt she had gone too far. She revealed the results of her latest surgeries, but instead of praise, she received shock and concern. Her face looked swollen, red, and sore. The glamorous image she always tried to maintain looked painful and extreme. Both Darcy and her twin sister Darcy had talked many times about how they believed cosmetic surgery gave them confidence. They had gone through facelifts, lip fillers, breast surgery, and more. They called it empowerment, but fans were beginning to see it as self-destruction. At the same time, Darcy's marriage was struggling. She and her husband Florian were having serious problems. They tried therapy, hoping it would help, but instead of healing their relationship, it brought out more anger. Florian got frustrated during the sessions and even insulted the counselor. Darcy later said that therapy didn't really fix anything. On a podcast, she admitted that they were going through a very hard time. She said Florian had found happiness in his own interests, but their relationship was still shaky. The small space that therapy gave them didn't last. Old arguments came back, and the distance between them grew. While dealing with her emotional stress, Darcy continued to share footage of herself getting more cosmetic work done. In one video, she was seen getting injections, smiling for the camera while needles went into her skin. She seemed proud, but fans were disturbed. They said she looked like she was in pain, and many begged her to stop before she ruined her face completely. A Reddit post summed up what many were thinking, saying it looked more dangerous than glamorous. Through all of these stories, Jasmine's shocking confession, Julia's long fight for happiness, and Darcy's struggle with beauty and love, fans saw the emotional roller coaster of their lives. Every choice they made came with consequences, heartbreak, or hope. These reality stars kept moving forward, each on their own path, facing love, betrayal, health battles, and personal insecurities. Their lives were full of twists, and just when it seemed like things were calm, something new always appeared. That is what keeps fans watching. In their world, nothing stays the same for long, and every tear, every smile, and every secret leads to another moment that changes everything. Darcy Silva has always been known for her bold style and dramatic personality, but fans are beginning to say that something has changed. When she first appeared on TLC, viewers thought she was naturally beautiful with a confident attitude. But over time, as her appearance continued to change through surgeries and heavy photo editing, people online started reacting strongly. Some commented politely, saying things like looking youthful there, Darcy, but others were more direct and even harsh. Without filters and edits, her transformation looked extreme to many. She once had a fresh and natural look, but now some say she appears almost unrecognizable. Comments online grew more intense as viewers compared her to someone battling addiction. One fan wrote that it looks like a form of self-harm, and that constantly altering her appearance could be just as destructive as substance abuse. Another viewer criticized her lips, saying they appeared overfilled and uneven. People were not only talking about her looks, but also questioning her mental and emotional state. Many believe that Darcy and her sister Darcy might be dealing with deeper issues beyond vanity, possibly tied to self-worth and public pressure. Some even said it should not be legal to alter one's appearance to such an extreme level. This led to a bigger question that left fans divided. Is Darcy doing this because she feels empowered and in control, or has she fallen into a cycle where surgery and editing will never give her the happiness she's looking for? Once known as a reality TV star full of confidence and energy, she is now part of a different kind of conversation. One about identity, addiction to beauty procedures, and the thin line between self-confidence and obsession. As her face continues to change in the public eye, many are left wondering how far she will go, and if she will ever stop before it becomes too late to go back. Meanwhile, on another part of the 90-day fiancé world, a long-awaited moment finally happened. Sumit Singh stood up for his wife Jenny Slatin, something fans had wanted to see for years. His mother, Sana, has always been outspoken and controlling, making it clear she did not approve of Jenny because of her age and lifestyle. For a long time, Sumit tried to keep peace between them, hoping his mother would eventually accept his wife. But moving back into his parents' house brought all the tension back. Things got worse when Sana went through Jenny's personal belongings without permission. She criticized her clothes and even took one of Jenny's hoodies to hand to her daughter, hinting that it did not suit Jenny. But what really caused a huge argument was when Sana found a bottle of rum in Jenny's things. She scolded Jenny and tried to throw it away, treating her like a misbehaving child instead of an adult woman. Jenny, frustrated and tired of being disrespected, grabbed it back and refused to let Sana control her life. Sumit had always tried to calm both sides, but this time he reached his limit. In a heated moment at the park, he told his mother directly that Jenny was his wife, not her servant. That simple sentence shocked fans, because for the first time, he clearly chose his wife over his mother. Sana was furious and stormed away, calling them disrespectful. Even when Sumit tried to apologize, she refused to listen and pushed him away. Jenny, feeling completely defeated, broke down in tears and said she was done with all the drama. Online, fans reacted quickly. One person said Sumit needed to stop acting like a child and start supporting his wife properly. Another said Sana was far too controlling and that it was time for Sumit to set real boundaries. Now people are wondering if he will stay strong and protect his marriage, or if he will once again fall under his family's pressure and risk losing Jenny for good. In yet another dramatic storyline, a new cast member named Chloe has caught everyone's attention. At just 23 years old, she left behind a comfortable life in Boston, including a high-paying job and a secure future, to follow a man she barely knows. He calls himself Johnny the Pirate and lives in Aruba. Their romance started during what was supposed to be just a fun vacation with her friends. Johnny was their local guide, charming and adventurous, and Chloe was quickly drawn to him. What began as a holiday fling soon turned into something serious in her eyes. Despite barely knowing him beyond a few exciting moments and surface-level conversations, she decided to leave everything behind to be with him. Her family and friends were shocked. Her mother begged her to think carefully, worried that Chloe was making a life-changing decision based on temporary feelings. Her best friend Jennifer warned her too, saying she had seen many similar stories in Aruba, young women falling for the charm of locals, only to end up heartbroken and alone once the excitement wore off. But Chloe believed Johnny was different and insisted their connection was real and strong. Online viewers had a lot to say. Many called her reckless, saying she was throwing away a secure life for a fantasy. They questioned what she truly knew about Johnny beyond his adventurous personality. To them, it looked like she was sabotaging her own future by chasing a romantic dream that might not last. Some even predicted she would eventually grow bored and feel trapped on the island, far from everything she knows. Still, a few people admitted that in their early 20s, they might have done something similar. They argued that youth is a time for taking risks and learning through experience, even if it leads to heartbreak. They said sometimes lessons have to be learned the hard way, and no advice from parents or friends can stop someone from following their feelings. But others were harsher, calling Johnny suspicious and warning that Chloe might be in more danger than she realizes. Now fans are asking the same question they asked about Stacy and Jenny. Is this a story of empowerment and following your heart, or is it another situation where someone is about to lose everything because of emotion and pressure? Paradise can quickly turn into a place of regret, and Chloe may be walking straight into a life she is not ready for. As Chloe steps into this new life in Aruba, she seems blinded by passion more than logic. Her friends say she has always been adventurous, but this time it feels different. This time, she is not just visiting. She has given up her apartment, put her things in storage, and told her boss she won't be returning. Johnny welcomes her with excitement, showing her the island through his eyes, full of sunsets, music, and promises of freedom. But when the excitement fades, real life begins. He lives a completely different lifestyle from hers in America. There is no stability, no plan, and no clear future. He lives day by day, while Chloe was used to structure and a steady income. Fans watching her journey say that love built on adventure is exciting, but when the vacation ends and normal days begin, everything feels different. Some believe Chloe will realize too late that she gave up too much for too little. Others say maybe this experience, good or bad, will shape her into someone stronger and wiser. Still, questions remain. Does Johnny truly love her, or is he enjoying the attention and the lifestyle she brings? And when the excitement fades, will he still be there for her? Back to Stacy. The conversation around her continues to grow online. People debate whether her constant filters and surgeries are a form of confidence or a sign of deep insecurity. Some say she is just expressing herself and has every right to look the way she wants. Others argue that her obsession might be hiding pain that she has not dealt with. As she posts new photos, the comments come in faster than ever. Some praise her for reinventing herself, while others beg her to stop before she loses herself completely. Her journey sparks a bigger conversation about beauty standards, pressure from social media, and the emotional toll of always trying to look perfect. With Sumit and Jenny, their future is also uncertain. Even though he finally stood up for his wife, fans know his family still holds a strong influence over him. His mother believes she knows what is best for her son, even if it hurts his marriage. Jenny, on the other hand, is reaching her emotional limit. She came to India to build a life with the man she loves, but instead she found herself constantly fighting to be respected. Viewers watching the show say that love should not feel like a battle every day. They believe that if Sumit does not fully commit to protecting his marriage from outside pressure, Jenny may decide to leave for good this time. In each of these stories, one thing is clear. Love, beauty, and happiness are never as simple as they seem. Stacy believes changing her appearance will make her feel better, but the more she changes, the more people question her happiness. Jenny wants peace in her marriage, but peace cannot exist without respect and boundaries. Chloe wants adventure and passion, but passion without foundation can turn into regret. These women are chasing something: self-worth, love, excitement, freedom. But along the way, they face judgment from the world and pressure from the people around them. Some viewers support them, saying everyone has the right to make their own choices, even if they lead to mistakes. Others believe they are ignoring red flags and walking toward heartbreak. In the end, their journeys are not just entertainment. They reflect real struggles that many people face in silence. The need to be seen, the desire to be loved, the pressure to look perfect, and the fear of being alone. Whether it is Stacy looking at her reflection and wondering if this is really who she wants to be, Jenny wiping away tears as she wonders if love is worth this much pain, or Chloe standing on a beach in Aruba wondering if she made the biggest mistake of her life, each story is filled with emotion and impossible choices. They remind us that sometimes people chase something they believe will fix everything, only to discover that the real issue lives much deeper inside. No matter what the world says, they will live out their decisions in front of millions of viewers. Some people will judge them, others will relate to them, and many will argue online about what they should do. But only they will truly feel the weight of their choices. And as their stories continue to unfold, everyone watching is left waiting, wondering if they will find happiness, or if these paths will only lead to more pain as the cameras roll and thousands of eyes watch from behind screens. None of them truly know what it feels like to live in those moments. Stacy may smile in her photos, but behind every post is a moment of hesitation. Should she share it, or will it become another target for cruel comments? She scrolls through reactions, pretending not to care, but a part of her absorbs every word. She wonders if people would still talk about her if she stopped changing, or if she would simply fade into the background. Being seen feels powerful, but being judged feels painful. Yet she continues because somewhere inside, she still hopes for approval, even if she won't admit it. Jenny sits quietly after another silent evening. She looks at Sumit, the man she crossed oceans for, and she wonders if he truly understands the sacrifices she made. She left her country, her comfort, her identity as an independent woman, just to start again in a home where she is treated like a burden. She wants peace, but every day feels like a new test. She keeps trying because she believes love is meant to be fought for. But even love has limits, and every tear she wipes away brings her closer to the edge of her patience. A part of her whispers, if he doesn't fully stand by me now, maybe he never will. Chloe walks along the shore, waves touching her feet, the air warm and gentle. From the outside, it looks like paradise. But even paradise can feel lonely when your heart is unsure. She looks at Johnny laughing with friends, carefree and wild, and she tries to see her future in that moment. But the island that once felt magical now carries a hint of uncertainty. She thinks about her mother's voice, her friends' warnings, and the life she paused for a dream that might not last. She tells herself she is strong, but strength feels heavy when you're far from everything familiar. And through all of this, the audience watches. Some root for them, hoping each woman finds exactly what she is looking for. Others criticize, forgetting that mistakes are often made by people who are brave enough to try. But life isn't perfect. People make choices not because they are certain, but because they are searching. Searching for love, for identity, for meaning, for a feeling that tells them they are exactly where they are supposed to be. Stacy, with her ever-changing image, may one day step away from the spotlight and learn how to love herself without filters. Jenny may one day wake up in a home where she is not questioned, but cherished. Chloe may stay in Aruba or return home. But either way, she will carry the lesson that love should feel safe, not just exciting. Their stories remind us of something real. Behind every bold decision is a heart hoping it leads somewhere beautiful. Behind every dramatic moment is someone trying not to break. And behind every episode is a life still being figured out, one choice, one risk, one heartbreak at a time.